Nobody warned me that your 20s can feel like you're already late to a life you've barely started. One day, people tell you you're still young. Then suddenly, they ask about your career, your money, and your future. And the worst part is, everyone else looks like they already know what they're doing. But I don't think they do. I think a lot of us are just scared, confused, and pretending we're okay. Your 20s are always described as the best years of your life. The years where you explore, chase dreams, and enjoy freedom. But nobody talks about the pressure, the comparison, the loneliness, the feeling that you're behind even though your life barely started. When you were younger, it was okay to not know what you wanted. But now, not knowing feels embarrassing. Now the question is no longer, what do you want to be? Now it's, what are you doing with your life? And that question hits hard when you don't have a clear answer. You look around and see people your age getting jobs, earning money, traveling, starting relationships, or building businesses. And even if you're happy for them, a small part of you asks, why am I not there yet? Social media makes it worse. Because now, you don't just compare yourself to people around you. You compare yourself to everyone. People your age, people younger than you, people who seem richer, smarter, happier, and more successful. But you're not seeing their real life. You're seeing their highlights. You see the achievement, but not the breakdown. You see the success, but not the doubt. You see the result, but not the years they felt lost too. That's why you can have a normal day, open your phone for 5 minutes, and suddenly feel like your life is failing. Not because anything changed, but because someone else's life made you question your own. And then there's the loneliness. Not always the kind where you have no one around. Sometimes you have friends, family, classmates, or coworkers. But still you feel alone. Because you don't know how to explain what's going on inside your head. You're tired, but you don't know why. You want to talk, but you don't want to sound dramatic. So you just say, I'm okay. You laugh, you scroll, you distract yourself. But at night, when everything gets quiet, the thoughts come back. What am I doing? Where am I going? Am I wasting my life? And honestly, I think a lot of people feel this. They just don't say it out loud. Sometimes we call ourselves lazy when we're actually overwhelmed. You want to improve. You want to work harder. You want to be consistent. You want to make money. You want to build something. But there are so many things to think about that you end up doing nothing. Then you feel guilty for doing nothing. Now you're not just tired. You're tired and disappointed in yourself. But maybe you're not lazy. Maybe you're just carrying too much pressure with no clear direction. Maybe you don't need to fix your whole life today. Maybe you just need to take one honest step. Not the perfect step, not the impressive step. Just one step that proves I'm still trying. Being behind doesn't always mean you failed. Sometimes it means you're still figuring out what actually fits your life. Some people move fast and still feel empty. Some people start late and build something real. So maybe the goal is not to rush just because everyone else looks ahead. Maybe the goal is to become honest with yourself. What do you actually want? What habits are quietly destroying you? What are you avoiding because you're scared to fail? Your 20s are not just about success. They're about identity. They're about learning who you are when nobody is telling you exactly what to do anymore. And maybe right now, you're between two versions of yourself. One version is who you used to be, the safer version, the younger version, the version that didn't worry this much. And the other version is who you're trying to become, the stronger version, the disciplined version, the version with direction. Maybe you're not fully lost. Maybe you're not fully found either. Maybe you're just trying, and maybe that's okay. You don't need to have everything figured out today. You just need to stop giving up on yourself quietly. Because even if your progress is slow, you're still here, and that has to count for something. So if you're in your 20s and you feel confused, behind, tired, or unsure, you're not the only one. Start smaller. Fix one habit. Learn one skill. Apply for one opportunity. Save a little money. Create one thing. Take one step. Because sometimes the life you want doesn't start with a huge transformation. Sometimes it starts with one honest decision to try again tomorrow. If this felt personal, comment, I'm still trying. And subscribe for more honest videos about life, focus, discipline, and figuring things out.